Hello from Plan TV News. This is Mark and I'll be your news anchor for today. First we have the segment, What's New at the Clubhouse?
Hi, this is Steve and I'll be doing What's New at the Clubhouse today. We have two things. First of all, Ruth asked me to let everyone know that we are going to be really big on employment here. And if you know of anyone hiring or of any businesses that would be a good fit for us, to please let her know or one of the generalists. The second thing that we have coming up is on March 20th, we will be having a fine dining experience for a neighborhood networking meeting here at our clubhouse location. And if you would be interested in being a server for this fine dining experience, the volunteer list will be up in the main lobby on the big board. And that should be a lot of fun. I look forward to that event. Well, this is Steve signing off for today. See you next time. Bye.
Next we have Health Tip of the Week. Often our health tip is remember to take time to laugh because laughter actually is therapeutic. Let's see what Plan TV folks have for us today.
Hi everybody, I'm Pam.
And I'm Lisa.
And today we're going to do shoulds again. Last week you saw a film on shoulds where we used it as a blaming the other person. You should do this, you should do that, you should do this. And we can do that to people and it's not always nice, but we also use this a lot to ourselves and we make ourselves miserable by saying, I should have done this, I should have done that, if only I should have done A, B, C, D, E. So we're going to do a little reenactment of that today. Lisa?
How are you doing today, Pam?
Well, I'm doing okay, but I was just thinking I should call my sisters every day.
Why are you thinking that? You're being critical to yourself.
Well, they're good to me, and I tend to wait for them to call me, so I think I should call them every day.
I think that's putting too much weight upon yourself to do that, and that's criticizing yourself where you have a should and you feel it on your shoulders and stuff, but I think you're doing fine.
But they're so good to me, and I like rarely show up. I should talk to them more.
Well, I think you're doing okay with them. You've got a good relationship and you talk to them and...
Okay, maybe I'm thinking of this wrongly. I also should take better care of myself. I go to bed so late. I should go to bed earlier.
Well, maybe you're not tired yet. You shouldn't, unless it's really disturbing you, you don't need to put that on your shoulders.
Well, I have bipolar disorder, and my doctor says I should get at least 8 hours of sleep.
Are you?
Yeah, I get more than that, actually, come to think of it.
So you're doing okay.
Okay. I tend to use a lot of shoulds, but I use it to motivate myself, but maybe that's not good.
I don't think that's good because you're comparing yourself to an ideal and you're not letting yourself be you and accepting yourself, and you're criticizing yourself.
Okay, well, I'll definitely think about that, and I'll stop shooting on myself.
Good, good. Don't shoot on yourself.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Now we have the segment, Getting to Know You. It's a way for us to learn more about the people we work every day with at Plan.
Hi, this is Steve with Getting to Know You Deeper, and today we have Rick who's going to talk to us about a personal issue that he had with benzodiazepines, particularly KLONOPIN. Rick, can you tell me what happened to you?
Well, I started out I went to Dr. Downing's office and told him how I was feeling. I told him in these exact words, I feel a sense of impending doom. And he took that, processed it, and prescribed me KLONOPIN. I was prescribed 0.5 milligrams. They're in a little pink tablet. And obviously, when I first started taking them, I wasn't like carrying the bottle. I eventually started to have to carry the bottle around with me wherever I went because I became dependent on them. When I first started, that wasn't an issue, but I'm trying to think. Eventually, it came to the point where if I didn't have the Klonopin with me, it would literally feel like I was going insane. I can remember sitting on my couch upstairs when I lived in Allen. We had a brown suede couch, and at one of my lowest points, I can remember waking up in the middle of the night, and I had this feeling like I had like these religious delusions where I thought it felt like I was being persecuted by God. It almost felt like I was in hell. But really what that is the withdrawal symptoms from the Klonopin.
Did you know that you were on an addictive drug?
No, I didn't. I was really upset with Dr. Downing for not mentioning. I believe that due to his level of experience and knowledge, I feel, that he should know that is an addictive substance, and he should tell you have to look out for this. But the doctor unfortunately did not give any indication that the substance that I was putting in my body is highly addictive.
And long-term use is harmful.
Right, and it affects your judgment, your mood, and there's all sorts of bad things. I remember initially when I started to use Klonopin, it does. It'll take away your anxiety and it'll make you feel good. But to me and to whoever's watching this, I would recommend never. I don't think. Some people.
Southwestern refuses to prescribe it anymore.
They won't prescribe it. I don't see any reason to put someone in a dangerous situation like that where they could become dependent upon the drug.
Well, why don't you tell us how your withdrawal was? How did you stop taking it, and what you have to go through? The mic to you.
When I was in Allen, I was having a lot of contact with law enforcement, and I was one day I was pulled over, and the officer was really mean. His name is Josh Throkill. He actually threw me out of my car and arrested me. And I had my Klonopin bottle in my hand, and when he threw me out of my car, my pills went flying everywhere. But it ended up being in some way beneficial because they won't give you that in jail. They won't give you Klonopin or benzos in jail. And it is. If you are on Klonopin, don't do that. Don't just stop taking. You can die from immediately stopping Klonopin. Yep. But when I went to jail, that was just the way it was. That's how I got off Klonopin. I had withdrawal features in my jail cell. They ended up taking me to Green Oaks from Collin County. I was at the Collin County Jail in McKinney, but that's how I got off Klonopin, is being just forced to stop.
What a horrible place to go through withdrawal.
Yeah, but it ended up having a good side to it, which is stopping the use of Klonopin. And another thing I'll mention is, it's unrelated. It's not a psych med, but I found, and I'm not a doctor, so ask your doctor if it's appropriate for you to try this if you're going through this. I used a supplement called Rhodiola rosea. Rhodiola rosea is what's known as an adaptogen, and when I got back from Green Oaks, I remember taking it, and it helped. It helped with my.
Is that a nutritional supplement, or is that
it's available over the counter? Okay. It's known to the Russian military there's a nickname for it. It was Dr. Downing. He knew I was taking it, and he used the word. I learned it from him. It's called the Soviet secret, because the Russian military studied it with their military to. They studied its ability to help their soldiers cope with stress. That's why it's called an adaptogen. It helps your body deal with stressful situations. So I used that, and it really helped me.
Now, is that supplement addictive?
Rhodiola rosea, no. No, it's not. There's no dependence, and no, like if you search for it on the internet, you won't find anybody who's had a dependence issue with that supplement. I found it to be helpful, and I would recommend talking with your doctor to see if it's appropriate for you to try.
Okay. Well, Rick, I think you've really opened our eyes about the dangers of this class of drugs. Is there anything else you want to add in closing?
I'm just happy to be able to make this type of video and make people aware that just because someone is a medical professional doesn't mean they're always necessarily looking out for your best interest. Because if you search for KLONOPIN, you'll find many articles that talk about its potential for becoming, its addictive potential. And the doctor didn't tell me, so you just have to always look on. If you take a new drug, Google the drug and see. You can't always rely on what's on the internet, but at least try and talk to people and be very cognizant when you put a new drug in your body.
That's good advice. All right, well, that's Rick and Steve for getting to know you deeper. And we'll see you next week. Bye.
Thank you.
Finally, we'll be highlighting special events here at the clubhouse. Here's our update on your coming events.
This is David Aquino with upcoming events. On Monday the 4th, we'll have the Who Done It rehearsal at 2:00 p.m. On the 5th, we'll have a house meeting, which is an afternoon meeting from 1 to 1:45 p.m. On the 6th will be the newsletter committee at 2:00 p.m. Next, on the 7th, will be the Sunshine and Shadows committee and game night. The Sunshine and Shadows is happening at 2:00 p.m. and game night is happening at 4:30 p.m. The Sunshine and Shadows kind of ties into creative. It's about cards and editing to send out to our friends and family. Next, we have the Daylight Savings Time, which is spring forward at 10 o'clock. Then on the 11th, we have the Who Done It rehearsal, and that keeps going on. It's just because we're having a party and we're kind of figuring out the different characters and who's all in the mix, and it's a great time to be yourself and dress up if you'd like. Always be mindful, of course. And then we have 17, which is the St. Patrick's Day. And then finally, we have Culinary Snack Shack monthly meeting at 18. It's a great opportunity if you like food, if you want to get involved, to help out. And that's everything for the first half of March. This is David Aquino signing off.
Well, that's it for the broadcast today. Thanks for watching. This is Mark signing off till next week. Goodbye.